first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
We can't allow any further delay.
Well, hello and good evening to the First Alert Weather Podcast. This is episode 161. I'm Mark Nelson, Chief Meteorologist here at Fox 12, also known as KPTV. And Camila is joining us. It's just the two of us, Camila. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it won't be bad. A little lonely, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, we don't need anybody else on here. Actually, Peyton's got a day off, so she did so much work this week.
She deserves it. Yeah, she deserves a day off. Yeah.
So, yeah. And we've also, in this case, we are live streaming. In case we screw up and have to start over, that'll be real fun. We're live streaming to the Fox 12 Weather Facebook page.
Yes.
Did I say that it's Wednesday evening, the 6th of November?
You did now.
Now I did. It's November. Wow, which means our 7-day forecast takes us into mid-November already. Christmas really will be here in no time.
No, Thanksgiving will be here in no time, which is more important.
Actually, I was thinking of Christmas, but yeah, Thanksgiving as well.
Thank you. Don't forget Thanksgiving.
So I just hit the little share button. Hopefully it's sharing. Do you see the graphics?
Sure do.
And let's jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
It is 7:12 p.m. when we were recording this. Camila has the next big show. We always have shows here at Fox 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next one is in, 48 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, and I need redemption from yesterday when Mark May made all my hits implode on live TV.
We should tell the viewers about that. That was partway through the 9 o'clock show, right? 9 o'clock?
I thought it was it was like the end of the 8 and then into the 9. Mark decided to run, what was it, like an update?
Well, we have a 5-box system, and 2 of the systems are called core systems. They're kind of the core. And so I'm like, hey, can I do this quick Windows update it was like between your segments, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, every time I done it on the other machines, it was quick, like 2 minutes max, and then it came back. It was a minor update, but things just started going wrong.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like the weather program that we use wasn't working. The clickers stopped working. Data was starting to just not come through. So our 7-day weather cameras all of a sudden just went black. Yeah, it was pretty wild. And that was a fun ride for me.
So I called TWC, since I had plenty of time, because I wasn't in a show. It wasn't really affecting me. So I called TWC, as we know, the weather company, where many TV stations get their weather graphics from this company. And they have great customer support. And he starts going through stuff. And I said, hey, all our weather cams are gone. He goes, oh, you're probably going to have to update all those again. And I'm like, it took 15 years to get all these links, the ODOT cameras and all this. I'm not doing that again. No, it's got to be in a backup. We pay this much money. It's going to be in a backup. And so then, what happened next then? It was, I know.
Asked about if you updated anything, right?
He goes, have you done the Windows update in the last few days? I'm like, well, yeah, about 10 minutes ago. He goes, oh yeah, we shouldn't do that. Like, you're supposed to do a Windows update. And I don't remember seeing any memo that said we should not update. And it basically said that the new Windows update, I don't know what it was, the new patch or whatever, causes issues with their software. It was a network sharing type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was gnarly. So anyway, if you were watching the 8 or 9 o'clock shows last night and you were like, is Camila having a stroke live on air? That's what was going on. We were just having a kerfuffle with the graphics.
Well, we checked. Your smile was perfectly straight across. It was fine.
Good point.
For the stroke. And by the time we got to the 10 o'clock show, which was my show, everything was fine.
Wow. What do you know?
What a nice guy. All right. So little behind the scenes stuff there. We're at episode 161. We better do something big for the episode 200. That's probably going to be in the late winter, early spring. I don't know.
Ooh, maybe we'll get to talk about a big, crazy snow and ice storm.
Oh, please, dear God, no. Maybe a big windstorm or flood. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or if Mount Hood wakes up.
Oh, that's your biggest dream.
Yep.
Yeah.
So rainy season is here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. Clearly things have turned wet. We almost had a tornado. Or did we? We got a whole bunch of stats. So that was our reason to pull out all the tornado stats.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't actually have a tornado as far as we're aware. Term of the week, which is somewhat related to the current weather pattern. It was something that was a big deal this week and will be again tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to cover what's ahead in detail. What do we see here as we head into mid-November? That'll include skiing and snowboarding too. I got my pass sitting here and I'm ready to use it. And
good luck.
Newsflash, I don't think I'm going to be using it for the next 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And viewer photos as well.
Yeah. which has some good. We do a little Halloween recap, so that's your tease for those.
Oh, I missed. Yeah, I didn't get to see any of these, so that'll be fun.
Oh, that's good. They'll be kind of a surprise then.
So, what do you know? We've had a soaking again. I remember, was it about 2.5 weeks ago, we said, okay, this looks like the beginning of the wet season, and sure enough, it was.
Yep.
If my stomach growls, that's because it's dinner time and I'm hungry. So maybe I should have some more water.
Yeah. Fill your tummy up with water. There you go. I have some M&Ms here you could have had.
That'd be good.
Oh, well.
3/4 of an inch of rain in Portland. Scappoose a little more, Kelso a little more. This is 2 days, right? 2 days. And Troutdale 1.6. I told Camila this, but man, those of you that live East Metro last night between 11 and 12 to 12:15. I know Troutdale picked up a 1/2 inch of rain in 1 hour. Just sheets of, I'm not just the regular, like, oh, it's kind of rough driving on the freeway, but like to where cars went down to 20 miles per hour with flashers on, and I briefly hydroplaned with the front.
That's scary stuff.
That was that big thing. Like that's what they say, and it works, is do not panic. I couldn't see anything because a car beside me, suddenly there was water everywhere. It's like, just a quick prayer and just do not hit the brakes. Just keep pointing forward and hope nobody stopped in front of you. And that's what happened within like a second and a half. I had grip again. But that was like down south, huge downpours. Anyway, Troutdale, so more than double the rain Portland has seen the last 2 days. I don't know why. I think it's because we didn't get the evening climate summary.
Okay.
I don't think that's till the 7:20 climate summary. I don't know why we have it set up that way, because I swear I've used this.
But the current November rain number should be correct.
That one is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're at over 2 inches. We've had rain almost every day the last 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Dry spell. So looking ahead, could we have consecutive dry days? It is a possibility. Well, actually, it's a good possibility we have at least 2, maybe 4, 5, maybe. It's just kind of interesting to see. We don't tend to have long dry spells in November because it's our wettest or second wettest month of the year.
Yeah.
Do you remember 2022?
I'm trying to think back because I would have still wait, was I doing weather then? No, I just kind of like filling in still at that point.
I think you just started.
Trying to remember.
Well, as I recall, we had about, right there. It's just
as I recall, and the
2
graphic
weeks
states clearly.
I know. I just remember presenting for the winter recap for the local AMS. I remember like a graphic that said 2 weeks dry. It was kind of the middle of the month towards Thanksgiving, as I recall.
Yeah.
But pretty dry. But then many years, like 2 years ago, back in 2021 and 2020, we only had 2 consecutive days. Never went more than 2 days dry. That's not unheard of in November, December, and January.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, hopefully, based on what's coming up, fingers crossed, we have more than 2 days.
Yeah, we could have 4 or 5 if we get lucky. And then, of course, the gloomy stuff. I don't think we used this graphic in the last podcast because we were kind of really focused on Halloween at the time.
Yeah.
1 week ago. But this is the gloomiest time of the year, not only because of the lack of sunlight, November, December, and January, but then it actually is our cloudiest time of the year. So that's the combo of the two. I think that really sends.
Or do we have to wait? Do you remember?
In 2 months, so somebody can make this graphic and show the spring. I think I have an old version. We changed all our graphics in April. I think I have the old version somewhere.
Just curious.
I do know, as with the temperatures and as with the precipitation increase in the fall, everything increases much more quickly or decreases much. There's much more change in like 2 months in the fall than there is in 2 months in the spring.
Yeah.
Basically, what takes us 2 months in the fall seems to take about 4 months to recover from in the spring. Springs are slow here.
Yeah. Slow burn.
Yep, slow burn. Warmest November day. That's just a graphic I grabbed.
We hit 70s yesterday. Yeah, 70s are gonzo, folks.
I mean, it's possible. There is 1 or 2 record highs in PDX's history at the airport back to 1940. I know there's 1. Are there 2? There might be 1 early in the month, too. There's 1 like around the 12th, 13th, 14th where we hit 71.
Wow.
But yeah, 70 is pretty rare, but getting well into the 60s at some point, almost always in the first half of the month, is always a possibility.
Right.
Although notice, you know what? That November where we had all the sunshine, we didn't get above 60. Why would that be, Camila?
Wait, 2022, that was the big dry streak year?
Yep. So why would we, let's see, if we had all that sunshine in November, low sun angle, why would we still not get above 60? Got a guess?
No.
Inversions. Basically, the way we get warm from this point forward until early February, mid-February, from this point forward, the only way we get warm is with warm southerly winds. That's the
Yeah.
only way we really get into the 60s. Anytime we start getting high pressure from this point forward, we're going to be at or below 60 most of the time, just because inversions, cool air coming in from the east out of the gorge.
And it takes too long for it to mix out.
And you've only got, what, 6 hours to even try to mix out?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There you go. A little bit of climatology there for you.
Cool.
Well, maybe I'll have you go over this section, at least the first part of it, because you did the first few graphics here. So
yeah, hopefully my little GIF worked.
Oh, there it goes.
GIF.
I don't understand why it looks good, but I don't understand why your little lightning icons are not up to our standard.
What do yours look like? Are they yellow?
Well, no, it's not even the same icon. We're going to check your radar because your radar shouldn't. And also, I have the full day up there instead of saying Wednesday. Well, we'll check. This is behind the scenes stuff.
My radar's going rogue. Anyway, sorry, it's a little jumpy because I had been zooming in and out. Probably not.
No, I can't. No.
So anyway, that's why it jumps around. But so we were tracking the cell. This was a bit of excitement on if it does make you sick after a while, feel free to stop it and go to the next graphic and we can come back. Okay, cool. We'll just sit on the velocity here for a moment.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go there.
Okay, so anyway, this all kind of went down at what, 4:50, 5 p.m.
4:50 or so. Suddenly there's a tornado warning from the Weather Service, and there had already been a special marine warning for the offshore waters.
Yes.
As it fell across the Columbia River Bar.
Yeah, so you were already kind of honed into that spot. And you know, the cell itself, it was like a strong little thunderstorm cell, produced lightning. But I mean, didn't look like anything crazy just on radar until you went into the right storm relative velocity. You could see a little bit of rotation there.
Yeah.
So this was during the 5, so we got to do some live radar kind of driving, which is cool. Felt very Midwest.
That was great, and I was able, so I was the one on air. I said, Camila, can you hop on? She pulled up her system, and so it's great to do. The teamwork was really good. I think we stayed on for 5 or 6 minutes at least, which around here, especially until this thing moved beyond the high. I don't have the highway here, but once it moved into the Willapa Hills, where there's pretty much no population there, then we went off the air with it. Because literally there was nobody up there, but it passed over lightly populated areas.
Yeah, which you said. So our radar it's 5 minutes updates.
The National Weather Service radar about 5. Is it? Yeah, 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, that's very different than the Midwest.
This was the one time where this showed me in real severe weather climates, not us, of course, but in the Midwest, that's why stations like their own radar, because they're getting constant updates.
Right.
I mean, only the stations that can afford it, the corporations, these station groups, they have to approve it and whatnot. But it was kind of odd to sit there.
Yeah,
okay,
you are waiting
for the next. I'm 5 minutes is a long time in the A block of a TV show, folks.
Yeah,
and at some point I was like, okay, it looks like it's moved over. That's why I kind of was like, okay, we're not waiting another 5 minutes to see if it moved further into the Willapa Hills.
Right. But anyway, it doesn't seem like
it. Though it was really nice looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously a remote area, and we didn't hear of any official funnel cloud sightings, tornadoes, anything like that.
There were some folks from Seattle I know up there, down there, Ilwaco, and somebody, and maybe I can't see the comments from here. Maybe somebody might have input in the comments.
So far now,
I only saw one picture was kind of getting dark. There was no obvious tornado there in the picture. So I know people said, I'm not saying that they didn't see a water spout come on shore as a tornado, but so far there is no visual proof that I've seen anywhere.
Right.
Maybe it will emerge somewhere, but it wouldn't shock me if there really was.
Yeah.
But we need to see proof before we say, okay, there was a tornado, and the Weather Service does not have any tornado reports for that reason. So it'd be nice if they had other visual proof that it happened. But until there's pics, it didn't happen.
Send the pics.
Send the pics to the Weather Service first and then to us. And how would they do that, Camila? How do we get pics to us legally so the lawyers say it's okay?
Oh, yeah, through the Fox 12 weather app.
That's right. Bingo.
Do some clicking, and it's all liability squared away.
KPTV.com, and then the weather page right across the top, it says submit photos and videos. Yep. That makes it legal for us. Otherwise, they do not allow us. The corporation doesn't allow us to just use photos like somebody emails us. We're not allowed to do that. Unless they're a close friend that I know won't sue us. Yeah, just leave that. So is there a tornado season? I love this graphic.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's interesting.
5 or 8 years ago, I said, okay, I took kind of our viewing area over west of the Cascades. Because there's almost no tornado reports that happen actually in the Cascades. But this is Northwest Oregon goes up to about, I don't think it includes Lewis County because that's not in our viewing area in Southwest Washington. And then Northwest Oregon, it goes down to Lane County and out to the coastline. That area. So I went back to 1950 when the official storm stats start. And these are the numbers you get for tornadoes. And yes, there's clearly kind of a peak in the fall. And then again in the spring, winter and summer.
Kind of dead. Yep.
And also in Eastern Oregon, this does not include Eastern Oregon. I bet the peak is in the summer. It'd be June, July, August, I bet.
That makes sense. Yeah, which is more in line with the continental climates.
Yeah, and the bigger thunderstorms there in the summertime or springtime. So this is updated, through November 2024. Speaking of November 2024, that was the last time we had an EF0 according to the Weather Service.
Yeah.
That was kind of like this pattern. Post-frontal, we had a waterspout move on shore. Caused their down fence, school windows were blown out. I thought that was like the school board conference room. Does that recall? Something like that? Yeah. Now here's the deal. We had in early August. What do you know? I was on vacation, so I wasn't aware of this one.
It always happens this way.
I think it was on a weekend, so I'm sure you were all over it. As I recall.
Of course.
Might have been at like 1 or 2 p.m. on a weekend day, but this thing hit like Harrisburg. And the description in the official storm report, I don't think it's given a rating. Because it was seen to be touching down. It kind of looks like a dust devil. I know it wasn't a dust devil. It probably really was a tornado. So I did not include that one in this list. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did.
I'm sorry. You did. Yes, right there, second spot.
I just put it in. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't really, So anything that caused any damage recently, it was Rockaway back in November.
Yeah.
EF0s. And in fact, oh, no, I didn't grab, Camila, if you could do me a big favor, it's okay for you to leave the view over on the printer. I printed out Tanis's list. Okay? Oh, we need that. So I'm going to keep talking. If you could,
it's on Snowball.
Yep, it's over on Snowball. That's our printer, folks.
Okay, BRB.
Did you go grab that? Yeah, because that's good stuff. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so you can see the EF0s. I believe we have not seen, if I have the numbers right, we have not seen an EF1 in Northwest Oregon since 2017. Was that the Lacombe tornado? I believe that was the one. Yeah. And then we have not seen an EF1 in Battleground. We haven't seen an EF1 in Battleground. I'm sorry. We haven't seen an EF1 in Southwest Washington since that Battleground tornado in 2015. Hopefully I don't have those reversed, but I think that is the case. So we've got a long stretch without anything greater than an EF0. My guess is, though, that's happened a lot of times in the past. Okay. Do we have more? Tanis has a lot written there.
There's a lot of information in here, Tanis.
Yeah, I was going to kind of just hit some of the highlights. Basically, he was looking at all the marine warnings put out yesterday. There was a severe thunderstorm warning at one point over Garibaldi. And I believe what he did, he had a whole bunch of like, okay, it's been this long since we've seen this. So what do you see there?
Right.
I should say Tanis Leach, meteorologist, graduated from OSU just a few years ago. He's on our local AMS board, not broadcast board, just the local Oregon AMS chapter board. Yeah. And I think he's a secretary, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Tanis.
And he gave us this, sent me this info on a text. So what do you have there?
So he was saying that it was the most active day for marine warnings or severe warnings since May 4th, 2017. And specifically 14 warnings, 12 severe thunderstorm warnings, and then 2 marine warnings with a waterspout tag. So it was an active day. Right. He also said 2025 has now had 3 tornado warnings, which makes it tied for second most tornado warnings in a year with 1998.
Seen, right?
Right. With 1998 and 2017. So,
of course, I had it right here. I don't know why I didn't just pull up the text. I forgot I could just go to his text, but that's a Boomer issue.
Boomer has to waste a piece of paper. Yeah. Why did you print that out?
Because I didn't consider that it was sitting on my phone in a text like regular people would.
Oh my God.
I just need to feel the paper. It's a tactile thing.
Wow. All right.
Term of the week. Oh, yeah. I'm going to let you do this. Well, we'll talk about it, but
yeah.
King Tides.
King Tides.
So I have to admit, until about 15 years ago, I'd never heard the term. I didn't grow up the coast.
Oh, yeah.
And they are just exceptionally high tides.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And aren't they officially called the Perigean high tides?
I don't know. I was kind of Googling and finding different definitions, obviously in different places, but this kind of paragraph you see is straight from NOAA. But yeah, they basically say it's the non-scientific term used to describe exceptionally high tides.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening in a little bit on Peyton's interview because she was interviewing a coastal expert. And I think she was saying that the term originated in Australia. Does that sound right?
Sure.
I thought I saw
No
that
idea.
in a graphic as I was kind of walking by. But
sure, sounds good.
yeah, so higher than normal tides, and it depends on the moon phase. That's important during a new or full moon when the moon is at its perigee. So it has to be closest to the Earth.
Closest to the Earth, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Here was some really cool photos that we got from Clifford Gilkerson. Dramatic. Of course, this draws a lot of people to the coastline because you can get really incredible shots and videos of the huge breakers. So those were snapped from Cape Disappointment State.
And we should point out the king tides is not like it's a tide. So it's not like you could look at a wave and say, "Oh my gosh, look at the king tide! I see it right there."
Yes.
Okay, but we get better waves often during a king tide.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Peyton put this together. Actually, wait, no, I'm not gonna give Peyton all credit because God bless her. She made the first graphic, and I said, "Hey, can I make a tweak or two to this?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." She's so easygoing.
Yeah.
Dream coworker, along with you, of course.
Aww.
But then later I saw we get to see a little thing on, since we work on two different systems, we'll see a little yellow thing that says somebody else has updated it, and then you're always like, "Who updated my graphic?"
Right, like what'd you change?
But
That's the
I saw
first
So
thing.
when I was walking out to get like a snack or something, I said, "What'd you change?" She goes, "Oh, I just added a little bit more." So then she added this part on the lower left.
Mhm.
So we refined it twice. Oh,
Yeah.
and then you added the thing on the top because that annoyed you that the white font was there with nothing
it
behind
needed
it.
a little background. Anyway,
So this is a 3-person
details.
collaborative effort. So what
Yes.
causes king tides?
Yeah. So go ahead, you jump in and I'll
Yeah,
follow
sure.
you.
So when the sun, moon, and earth. So we talked about the moon's part,
Mhm.
but then the sun and the earth are closest together in our wintertime, typically early January. That's perihelion. All right, because the Earth's orbit around the sun is not perfectly circular. It's actually, a little more like egg shaped. I mean, not that extreme, but like that a little bit. And so is the moon. So at certain times you've got the moon and the Earth a little closer together, the perigee. Sometimes you've got the sun and Earth closer together. And when those all line up perfectly, you get the extra pull on the Earth. And of course, tides go up and down because the Earth is rotating. If the Earth didn't rotate, if we just sat in the same spot, it would just be a lump of water a little higher being pulled on the same side of the Earth.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a little extra gravitational pull creates those king tides. Happens 2 to 4 times each winter. That's northern hemisphere winter. So actually it's in the summer when it happens in the southern hemisphere. And it's centered on when the Earth is closest to the sun. So you get the highest high tides, but don't forget, since the Earth is rotating, you also get the lowest low tides.
Yes.
Extra high, extra low as the Earth is moving around.
Right.
And here are the numbers from Wednesday and then today, about plus 10 feet. And didn't you look, Camilla, just to see what kind of average tide heights are from time to time?
Yeah, I was curious because, again, I did not grow up anywhere near a coast. So I was like, I don't know how extraordinary
Omaha.
this is. Literally the farthest away you could possibly get from a coast. We have some lakes. Anyway, plus 10. Yeah, so it seems to fluctuate normally this time of year anyway, between plus 1, plus 6. So a good 4 feet.
I do think I remember as a kid when we would go to the coast and I'd read those little tide tables you get at the stores.
Yeah.
I thought in the summer it's like plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2, and that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty low tides.
Well, it makes sense. It's a little bit more, it fluctuates more in the winter, I guess.
So you know what we don't have here? We don't have the last part.
What's the last part?
That's a different graphic. So then it'll happen again the first few days of December.
Oh, that's right. The
and
other
then
dates.
The first few days of January.
In January. Yes.
There you go.
So if you miss them this time around and you really want to go see some dramatic waves in person, you've got 2 more opportunities.
I did get an email from a viewer today. I think it went to me and Andy, so I will reply. And it said something like, "It seems like it's always stormiest right around the king tides. Is there an effect going on there?" And I'm thinking, no, it's because it's wintertime. It's our stormiest time of the year. It happens to be also when these king tides happen. I was thinking in Australia, it's their quietest time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because it's summertime down there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Okay, what's ahead?
Woo, we got some dry days, looks like.
Look at that. That's our 7-day forecast. Got Veterans Day Tuesday. I don't remember, do the kids have off school? Do they have a day off on Tuesday, or do they get a 3-day weekend Monday, or is it observed later? You're going to look it up, aren't you?
No, but I feel like since Enzo doesn't have daycare on that day, I'm willing to bet that schools probably have it off too.
No postal delivery, most likely.
Probably.
That's not, you know what, we're getting out of our wheelhouse here. That's not our...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we got just leftover showers tomorrow morning. We think they're mostly gone in the afternoon. Saturday, Sunday, sunshine, although it looks like a little bit of fog Saturday morning because the ground is wet and it'll be calm at first Saturday morning. Then the east wind arrives from the gorge, should clear us out. Sunday, so basically the rest of Saturday and Sunday, it's thin high clouds. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then is there maybe a shower tries to squeak in Monday or Tuesday? Seems unlikely. We'll see. But then the next actual weather system, probably not till next Thursday.
Wow.
All right, so look at that beautiful low up there.
Nice low.
Yeah, it headed up towards the northern edge of Vancouver Island here. I mean, actually, it's not the better part of the low is actually a little farther north. But either way, it's way up there. We got the trail in front. It's coming over us now. So at the surface, we're looking at the surface isobars, lines of equal pressure. That's the lines. The colors are the upper level heights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's almost kind of the opposite of what you would think here. The lines should be under the colors, but we want to look at the lines. So this is right now. This is actually 4 p.m. actually on Thursday evening. Low wasn't that deep, maybe 980 or so. We got southerly breezes. No biggie. Look at the change by midday Saturday.
Wow.
1,030 millibar surface high is centered over the panhandle of Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
Low pressure is way offshore. We got several millibars of easterly wind, 4, 5, 6 millibars through the gorge there. And then by Sunday, this is sunset Sunday, it's 1,032 upper surface high. And we've got we got about 6 millibars easterly flow through the gorge.
Yep.
And look at the colors here. That color, this overhead, the 500 millibar heights, they are at 585. This is the GFS, 585. I think the Euro was 582. So if it was this same upper level ridge, same intensity, same 850 millibar temps, I believe, are about plus 14 or plus 15. If it was August, same pattern, we'd be in the 80s. But the sun is weak. The days are short. We get inversion. So it will be very warm in the mountains. It'll be in the 60s up there on Sunday at Timberline and Government Camp. But down here in the lowland, actually not at Government Camp because they'll be getting cooler easterly flow, but we will be in the inversions down here in the valleys.
Yeah.
Nice weather.
Yeah.
No,
I was just going to say, one of those, I always thought that was so crazy when I first moved to this area that up in the mountains, it could be warmer than in the valley.
In the winter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we're testing out this model. I think our test is about to run out in a couple weeks, unless the boss ponies up many thousands of dollars. Unlikely. So this is the Climate Vision's Horizon AI model. And it does place with a 2-kilometer resolution. It does place the gorge wind nicely coming out of the gorge. This is Saturday night at midnight. So you got the wind coming out of the gorge. If you're up in Clark County, light wind. If you're out in central and western Washington County, light wind. If you're down in the south, light wind. But the usual spots, central and east metro, get it. And then the secondary maximum almost always occurs as the wind piles up against the West Hills and flops over the west side of the West Hills.
Right.
All this coming in has to go somewhere, so it kind of flops over the West Hills.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that until I started working in Beaverton, by the way, 25 years ago. I didn't know there was a secondary maximum there.
Yeah, makes sense. So for my cyclist friends, don't try to ride out on Marine Drive to through the gorge
Saturday
this
and Sunday?
weekend. Yeah. Stay west or stay south, probably.
Or you could have somebody drop you off at Cascade Locks and you just come screaming downwind all the way to Beaverton.
Fun. That would be really fun.
Yeah, really nice out here.
Mm-hmm.
Banks Vernonia State Trail, excellent this weekend.
Yep.
Egg Lake, great. Okay, so then by next Wednesday, the upper level high is still kind of there, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
You can't see it. We'll see it here in a second, but an upper level trough, a new one has dropped down by next Wednesday out to our west. But, the deep lows are way out there. We've still got easterly flow of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just kind of like, nothing that interesting happens. Okay.
Mm.
So
wait, hold on. Walter wants to know, I wish there was a way for me to push through
I think I can. Do you want me to
comments
go
in the chat. Well, Walter was asking about the new model, if we think it's worth the money or not.
I have to, which one is the chat button? I have to hit the button. I got to find the chat button.
For me, it's in the lower right-hand corner.
Oh, it's way over there.
I don't know if it matches.
Not the leave studio button.
Don't do that.
Wait, you don't have the chat. Wait, you should be able to give it. You should be able to let it go.
I can look at the chat, but I don't think I have control.
Oh, live stream chat. Hang on, folks. I see. I found it. Walter, yes. Here we go.
Nice.
How's the new model worked out? Worth the money? Well, if the boss is paying, it's worth the money. But we will see. That's a proprietary discussion apparently among KPTV employees. Basically, I'll go beg with the boss and see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, oh, this is good. 19-year anniversary of the 2006 Pineapple Express. That was a huge flood. Oh, Brian, we should have done that as a next week. I know we're going to cover the Friday the 13th storm. Maybe we should cover that flood in 2006 next week.
Well, for the 20 year for sure. Next year, you got to do it big.
Yeah, that'll be 20 years, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, this is back. Yeah, he was saying it was a tornado. Yes, Michael Snyder was one of the people down there. We haven't seen any evidence.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, and then Jesse did say no video yet, so we'll see if anything comes out of that.
There we go. Okay, so back to my graphics.
Yes.
How do I get back there again? Hang on.
Oh yeah,
okay,
I forgot that for you. Okay.
Okay, so days 0 through 5, the 500 millibar anomaly. Clearly, there's ridging over the west, right? So in areas that do get nice and warm, I bet San Francisco, all through California, is going to be really nice and warm. A little last taste of summer once again.
Nice.
But upper level trough is offshore. This is the 5-day average from the Euro. Now we go to the Euro Ensemble, the 5-day average for days 5 through 10. So this will be Tuesday through the following Sunday, the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that upper level or trough to the west seems to want to edge a little closer. Now you're seeing the 5-day average. So actually there are some troughs dropping in late next week.
Right.
And this hint of ridging out here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a little cooler. And then this is more interesting. Days 10 through 15. So this would be not this coming work week, next work week, but the following work week, the full week before Thanksgiving.
16th through the 21st, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to want to do higher than normal heights out here and more troughing over us, which can be wetter, or it's definitely cooler.
Yeah.
And in fact, I noticed this, and that was the Euro Ensemble average. The GFS Ensemble average is pretty similar. Don't worry, there's going to be some love for the GFS coming up here.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, right there, GFS Ensemble, just the daily high and low temperature forecast.
Oh,
kind of a step down about a week from now. Yeah.
Right.
And that would be normal. It's like early November. Well, it still feels kind of like mid-fall weather. It's pretty mild out here. I can get by on a sunny day with just, a long sleeve shirt. Now, it looks like after that, okay, then we're going to slip in probably inversions, just a little cooler air mass.
Yeah.
But that would be normal. So that's, wow. I mean, the right side of this is the second half of November.
That's crazy.
It's time.
Yeah.
So if we just look at the 24-hour precip, Camilla, I got 2 different precip graphics here.
2 different ones.
We're going to look at a newish one.
Wow.
So this is what we often show. The next 2 weekends, see lower left, lower middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty clear. This weekend is dry. Next weekend, most ensemble members are wet for that following, the middle weekend of the month. This is the Monday, Tuesday chance for showers. How many? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 16 or 17 out of 50 ensemble members have measurable precip over us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the chance for showers.
And you can see it. I mean, it's very minimal too. There's not much happening.
Except for the 0.6.
Well,
outlier.
That number has lost its marbles.
You're right. Okay, so here's a different way of looking at it. This can be useful in certain situations. I admit I only look at this once in a while. It's the last, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last 10 runs of the Euro, 4.5 days of the Euro Ensemble average.
Oh,
the current run is here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 24-hour QPF. There's that gap, right? Okay, another little gap there with the chance for precip in here. This is the ensemble average. But we can go all the way back up here and say, 4.5 days ago, notice the gap was very small.
Right.
But over time, if you go straight down over time, this gap has grown larger. So basically our confidence gets higher as we approach some sort of event like this. You just see kind of the window getting larger.
Right.
And this really heavy stuff. I mean, 4 to 5 days ago, GFS Ensemble average was really wet the middle of this week. Maybe you had a Pineapple Express a little closer to us or something.
Yeah.
But that's kind of faded away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It's a really easy way to see which direction the models are trending.
And this is current time here.
Nice.
Okay. All right, so we just take the 15-day total precip. It's not as heavy as what we were seeing last week, because last week when we showed these 2 graphics, it included our current wet week.
Yeah.
And I noticed, I just, pulled this together during the 6 o'clock show. I noticed that most of the rain is in the second half of the period. The next 7 days, it's like an inch or so, but then a lot more the follow. So it's possible the action picks up kind of quiet this next week, but the action will probably pick up, my guess is, just beyond our 7-day forecast.
Right, like by next weekend.
So we can add mountain snow in. So Camilla did this 1 week ago. It looked like that.
And you can see the totals there too, right?
Go up to 2 feet of snow. There was around 2 feet of snow up at Timberline and Government and Hood Meadows. It's pretty much gone.
It was glorious. Gave folks so much hope. They're like, maybe we will get an early ski season. No?
If they were looking at the Euro ensembles, they didn't think so.
Well, not everyone looks at the Euro ensembles with their morning coffee, Mark.
Last year was amazing.
Yeah.
This is on the November 18th, which is, there's no calendar in here. A week and a half from now. There was 4 feet of snow on the ground at the bottom of the Poochie lift.
Dang.
But most years, it's a lower amount. But every once in a while, we get a really good November.
Yeah.
You see these here. We'll see.
And you were telling me that on average, start of ski season tends to be around Thanksgiving,
They
right?
aim
Is that
for
about
Thanksgiving.
right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Another way to look at this, see that I mentioned the cooling after beyond our 7-day or 10-day forecast. 850 millibar temps at 0. That's kind of about past elevation snow. Notice the average mean, which is the green of all the ensemble members. It definitely goes downhill after basically that next weekend.
Right.
Starting to look lower.
Mm-hmm.
This is when we'd probably, if there's precipitation in here, we'd start to see more significant mountain snow. So I feel pretty confident saying, well, I know there's not going to be any skiing this weekend.
Right.
And because that's all you get. This is ending next Thursday. Okay. This tells me that there won't be any skiing for the following weekend, the 15th and 16th.
Right.
So I think the first weekend in which there's a decent chance could we actually see skiing, it's not going to be until that weekend before Thanksgiving. But I feel like I've said that 100 times the last 30 years. Probably the weekend before Thanksgiving, if it's going to happen.
Great.
So that's it. Cascade passes are just
Easy.
fine. We don't need to spend time on that.
Yep.
7-day, we're done.
Wow.
Viewer photos.
Viewer photos. We've actually got quite a few.
I have not seen these. Oh my gosh, is that the clown?
Yes, Pennywise.
Oh,
Isn't that
yeah.
so good? I had to include.
Wow.
I mean, most people do the cutesy Halloween costumes for kids, so I respect that Bailey was kind of a creepy Pennywise.
That was
and
good.
the makeup
Look how
is
she's looking at the
spot
camera too.
on. I know.
Got that
Very
scary
good.
look.
Clover the flamingo there in the middle. She's very excited to be a flamingo. That's super cute. And then Asher makes an adorable Harry Potter there on the right with the wand and everything. Yeah. Just needs the lightning bolt scar. Oh yeah, I threw this in. I forgot.
Oh, Camila.
I had to get in on the Halloween action,
You did. That was good.
Yeah. So
I think the octopus is a little limp there. Some of the arms, some hair was getting out.
We were figuring out the inflation of it. Yeah, it's tricky. You have to have everything sealed super tight. Otherwise, it's just, it's not great.
Look at the TV weather mic there just on the outside.
Just hanging on for dear life on the edge of that octopus face.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was good.
That was fun.
You lived the dream that day. I was too lame to do anything.
Well, that's okay. One of us will bring the fun.
Yeah. And then I got a bunch of these pictures from viewers.
This was super
Halloween,
cool.
and it was on Halloween evening. This is like as kids were trick or treating. This is what they saw in Bend.
Spooky.
And Powell Butte east of Bend.
Actually, I kind of get octopus tentacle vibes from these clouds. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
Yeah.
I had some people say, "What are these?"
Yeah.
And I think what's going on actually shows up better in the Powell Butte version. I think. My very first thought was they're just wave clouds because I recall earlier in the day there were plenty of wave clouds around Mount Hood too.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Mount Hood? I'd seen them around. I mean,
and lenticular clouds too, right?
Yeah.
Kind of stacking up.
Yeah, you can kind of see some lenticulars over north and on the right side picture over north and middle sister.
Mm-hmm.
But that means there's just increasing moisture overhead. But I think we had wave clouds, all right, and then higher up we had a thin layer of cirrus. So the two combined, then you add in the lighting from underneath on the lower left picture.
Right.
It just made it look real, like was something going to come out of the clouds? No.
Right.
But
so you're
like
thinking they were different layers of clouds, and then with the lighting, it all makes it look like it's one.
Yeah,
thing.
I think it was lenticulars, which often are just with a blue sky behind, but I think there happen to be high clouds, even higher clouds over the top of those.
Yeah.
I think that's what was going on. And this one I haven't seen.
This is a fun one. Yeah, so you kind of have to look closely, but you can see the kind of rainbow colors in the clouds, kind of the middle part of it. Do you see the different colors? It's kind of like rainbowy. Do you see that?
Let me point out for the record that I'm somewhat colorblind because I just see a smudge.
Well, it's very subtle, but it's different than, it's not a rainbow, right? When you see this, it's called cloud iridescence. And I'm not an expert in this, but I had to, look up a few things. And I guess the difference is the reason you get this instead of like a rainbow, for example, is because this is light diffraction versus refraction or reflection.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
Yeah. So.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's kind
Ice
of rare.
crystals.
Yeah, exactly. You need the right. Light is bending around these tiny particles. So that's how you get that. Neat.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I could see it. Who are these kids?
This was the class I got to visit. This was super cool. Earlier this week, Cleveland High School, Miss Goldblum's class. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, we just talked about meteorology and what it's like on the job and kind of the different data sources we look at. And they asked some great questions. They asked me, what do you like the least about the job? What would you say?
What did you say?
Well, I want to hear your answer first.
What would you like least about the job is just the hours. No.
That's a good answer.
Working with me? No, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hours, the holidays, that's definitely it. I said it was doing my hair and makeup every day.
Oh, you're right.
That's
I just having it. We have to be aware of our appearance.
Yeah.
And especially, it's not fair. It tends to be the women more so than the guys because we know the viewer. Nobody ever writes me an email saying your hair is out of place, but they're going to write you an email.
Here's my impression of Mark in the makeup room doing his makeup. I'm done.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. Draw on some eyebrows.
Oh gosh, I wish. Anyway, but yeah, they were great. So anyway, just wanted to give them a shout out, and I had a great time chatting with them.
That's great. So. And that was an English as a second language class. Did you say that?
Yeah,
I think that's pretty interesting.
I don't think I did say that, but yeah, really cool. They were from all
different
over.
backgrounds.
Afghanistan, Vietnam, Venezuela, Cuba. There was an Argentinian student in there, so it was really cool.
That's great.
Turkey. Yeah, it's cool.
There's America right there. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
If you have pics to share, you just submit it through our app or kptv.com. Weather. So, do we have any questions? I'm going to stop sharing this. We got just a few minutes, and then you've got to get ready for your big show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even Jesse said, let's pick it up. Camila has to get on TV. True.
Okay, how about this one? Veterans Day will be the 70th anniversary of the earliest legit. Is that 1955? What's 70 years ago? Oh, yeah, must be. Sub 30-degree highs. Mike Newman. Yeah.
Quick math.
1955. So, yeah, is that 70 years? Yes, of course it would be. 50, 40, 30, 20. Yep. That caused extensive damage to fruit crops. Because imagine there's still, I still have apples on my tree.
Yeah.
And we had highs below freezing. Snow was on the ground. And I don't have the exact numbers. Maybe we should cover that in the next week's
that would be
podcast.
Cool.
But I mean, it was really destructive.
Yeah.
Way too early. But the earliest real Arctic cold episode.
Yeah. That's neat. Anyone else have questions? Throw them on. Throw them in the chat now. This is your chance.
This is the last chance, folks. October. Oh, yeah, that is the old saying, Walter, the snow saying. I first heard it from Drew Jackson, who used to work with us at KPTV. October snow comes and goes, but November snow stays and grows.
Mm.
Although, if the climate's a little warmer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I could have shown it right there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, unless those atmospheric rivers come in and kind of ruin it.
Or like 2006. Joe said, oh, yeah, I have videos of Lolo Pass washing out. I'm sure that was the November 2006 event. That was a heck of a flood.
Mm.
That was crazy. Is summer the quiet season? 19-year anniversary. Okay, that's it. I think that's about it.
Okay, cool.
I'm hungry too.
Well,
just so you know, folks, for those of you that watch the stream, we do post this entire podcast 2 places. One is it goes just on kptv.com, weather podcasts right there. Actually, there's a 3rd place. Just the audio form still goes out on SoundCloud. I listen to it on the way home sometimes to see if the sound balanced out right, but you can't see any of the graphics, so I wouldn't listen to that.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd place is it also did I say kptv.com? We also have our streaming. I know we talk about a lot of apps and stuff. We have our regular just app, your phone app, First Alert Weather. Okay. We also have the streaming app. Our station has a streaming app. Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, or just Amazon, just on your TV, so you can watch this on a TV. Roku, Amazon, and also Apple TV. I didn't know that Apple TV has just a free app. You don't have to subscribe just to Apple TV, which is what I think of those shows on Apple TV. I was just told that today by our digital folks.
So you literally go in as if you're searching for one of those streaming services. You just search for Fox 12. Oregon.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
And on our Fox 12 Oregon streaming app, all our shows stream live across there. So if you don't know, you can just watch our shows that way.
Right.
And we also have a 7 p.m. weather show now, Fox 12 First Alert Weather Extra.
Yeah.
FAWX, Fox. First Alert Weather Extra. We're doing that at 7 p.m. most weekdays. In fact, right now, while we are recording this podcast, we were playing Peyton's interview with somebody from the coastline talking about the king tides and also what it means in the future with the higher sea levels.
Yeah.
So we try to put at least 5, 10, 15 minutes of content on there each night, and pretty soon you'll be able to check that out just on our streaming app. The old ones will be sitting there. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Okay, better wrap it up. You got a show to do. Thanks for joining us, folks, for the First Alert Weather podcast here. We should be back next week. I think we're recording next Thursday again. I'm not sure if it's morning or evening. We got to get Katie back in the mix at some point.